Q2 2021 production estimates. Another record quarter. I'm Brian. Welcome to my Tesla weekend. Hi there. Hello. How are you? Yeah, I think it's going to be another record quarter. But let's start by looking at Investa's Business Daily. Tesla stock rallies despite the latest black eye in China. Well, I mean, come on, get real. No black eye. No black eye. It was a recall. That was not a recall because it was handled over the air. It was an update. Come on. But let's take a look at this. China is expected to account for 40% of global deliveries for Tesla by next year, according to Ives Research. So they're putting a $1,000 price target on it. Now, again, happy end of quarter. I'd like to remind you that this is not investing advice, and I am not a financial advisor, and probably neither's the guy at your bank. The difference is, for some reason, he won't tell you that. I went into Chase a few years back to do some juggling in my IRA, and I said, I just want to sell what I got and put it in an index fund. And he said, you don't want an index fund, you want this mutual fund that he gets paid a big commission on. And I said, well, you know what? I tell you what, let's do half in an index fund and half in that. And then I found out that his trading fee was going to be $1 kajillion, like an outrageous amount. I don't remember, hundreds. And I said, I'll think about it. And I went home and I got my account. I pulled it up and I found out, you know what I already had? I already had an index fund. He was going to sell me out of that to buy me into a mutual fund that pays him a fat commission. So don't trust those guys. And if this was financial advice, by the way, I don't know exactly what information you'd glean from it that would help you make a trade. So anyway, Tesla stock has been up in the run-up to the end of the quarter. And here we have the only instance I've been able to find of the FactSet consensus for deliveries. They're expecting 198,300, which is includes Model S delivery. It says S and X. There are no X deliveries. So why don't we get on to the fun and look at the numbers. Now, there are other channels that go way deeper into the math, but they do not produce superior results. So I'll show you what I got here. Yeah. Fremont SNX in Q1, 0. FactSet consensus is 4,400. I think that is fantastic. It's very optimistic. I don't think that's remotely plausible. 1,800 is my guess, and that's based on what I've seen in terms of the drone footage, the drone flyovers. Shout out to Gabe and Cal. He's does great work. So here's the Q1 numbers. Fremont Model 3 and Y, which I didn't see broken out. I'm saying that they're going to just increase by 1.5%, and that's it. Why not more? Well, because there are chip constraints. The quarter is 1 day longer, but there is still a chip shortage. There are other part shortages. They're not hitting Tesla as hard as other manufacturers, but Fremont has been bumping up against the ceiling of its capacity for a long time. I think a 1.5% increase is reasonable, considering the new Model Y tent is not yet complete. Shanghai Model 3 in Q1, and this number is combined for all three models. But Model 3 in Shanghai did 61,408. I am saying they're going to do 61,408 because I don't see much room for growth in that part of the factory. They are still battery constrained. They are using the less expensive LiFePO batteries, the lithium iron phosphate, which is great and allows for some alleviation on the supply chain. But I don't think it's going to be enough to increase production of Model 3s. I think they're at about capacity. I would very much enjoy being wrong. Shanghai Model Y, on the other hand, in Q1, had only ramped to 17,800, and I believe that number can get to 61,408 by the end of the year. So what I did is I took the difference between the two and divided it by the quarters, by 2 quarters, and that gave me 40,692, which is one heck of a jump, but I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy. So that gives me an estimate of 206,512. So what do you guys think of that? What's your number? But the thing is, I know that's a lot higher than FactSet, and I know it's a lot lower than some of the other Tesla analysts. And I have been accurate in the past. Past results are no guarantee of future returns, of course. So I think it's a realistic number, and it definitely puts them on pace for the target of 750,000 plus, which, as we all strongly believe, is a sandbag number. And if it does come in at 206,512, we're going to see an 850,000-900,000 production year. And again, Berlin and Texas ain't even coming online yet. They ain't even coming online. So a big question is, why? There are 2 questions. Why aren't my numbers higher, and why aren't my numbers lower? So let's go with lower first. Why aren't my numbers lower? Because Tesla has a better supply chain. They have better relationship with their suppliers. They keep more of their production in-house. They're more nimble when it comes to substituting different control chips. They can pivot quicker than other manufacturers, and they are still a-growing. So that's why I lost track of what I'm thinking here. It's quite late, and I'm quite tired. But why isn't it higher still? So yeah, that's why it's so low. Is even there, those constraints still exist, even though Tesla is in a uniquely better position to avoid them. So why isn't it higher still? Growth is really hard, man. Growth is really hard. This would still be, a doubling from last year in Q2? These are still fantastic numbers. And remember, it wasn't even that long ago we were getting excited about 1,000 cars a week and going a little higher when they brought out the Model X. So these are fantastic numbers. And to get all the way to close to 1 million this year, 1.5 million next year with Berlin and Shanghai coming online and growing from there. These are exciting times, and I am very pleased with my position. So yeah, what are your predictions? Where do you think we're going to go? When do you think we're going to find out? Last quarter, I feel like it came out ridiculously early, but I would have to do an extra ounce of research to determine that. So great. That's where we're at. Wanted to get this out. I will go ahead and tweet this. And if you're not, consider following me. My Twitter is, here we are, at 4K Podcast. Yeah. No, don't do that. That's pretty. Please stop. Please stop. There we go. And yeah, stay tuned. Stay juicy. Can't wait to hear from you clever robots when the numbers come out and we get to see just how wrong I actually am.